You tucked them away in drawers, folded them carefully, like pressed flowers. Promised yourself you'd revisit them someday. But someday never came. So you learned to live in the space between what was and what could have been. You became fluent in "I'm fine," expert in changing the subject, master of the polite smile that never quite reached your eyes. You perfected the art of disappearing behind the act. You mistook practicality for passion, believed that needing nothing meant you were strong. But strength without inspiration is just endurance wearing a mask of realism. You normalized the ache of abandonment, believed this was just how you were wired, that dreams were optional, that your true self was too risky to nurture. You equated vulnerability with weakness, believed that being strong meant never needing. So, you armored up, even when you were alone, even when your heart was breaking. But what if the ache wasn't a flaw? What if it was a signal, a whisper from the part of you that knew something was missing and was trying to get your attention? You fear what happens if you stop. If you revisit the dreams, will you be overwhelmed? Will you crumble completely? That underneath, pursuing them means you were never realistic enough? You've worn the label of practical like a badge, not realizing it was also a cage that kept you from exploring your passions, from showing your creativity, from being truly fulfilled. You've learned that being dreamy meant being unrealistic. So, you numbed, you distanced, you buried the feelings so deep, you forgot they were yours to feel and honor. The truth is, the numbing itself is the exhaustion, the performing, the distancing, the constant management of how grounded you appear. It's what's draining you. You've been told to be realistic, to keep your feet on the ground. But what if being grounded is what's keeping you from soaring? You've spent so long being the character everyone wanted. You've almost forgotten what it feels like to just be, to exist without a script, without needing to manage the image of your groundedness. What if letting go isn't failure? What if it's the bravest act of self-respect you can offer? What if it's the first step towards real inspiration? You are not too much. You are not broken. You are human. And being human means having dreams, having feelings, having a right to exist without constant grounding. Real strength, real resilience isn't built on your performance of practicality. It's built on your presence, exactly as you are, messy, complex, and whole. Healing is not about erasing the past. It's about integrating it, making peace with the part of you who learned to be practical, and giving her permission to rest, to feel, to be inspired. You are allowed to be tired. You are allowed to be uncertain. You are allowed to take up space without apology. You are allowed to be you. This isn't about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you were before the world taught you that dreams were impractical. It's about coming home to yourself. You don't have to hold it anymore. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to be perfect. You can start right where you are, honoring the part of you that's been waiting to dream. Start listening again, to your body, to your boundaries, to that small voice that whispers, "This doesn't feel right." It's time to stop normalizing what harms you and start honoring what inspires you. You are worthy of love exactly as you are, not for the act you put on, but for the beating heart beneath it, not for your performance, but for your presence. Healing is not about erasing the past. It's about rewriting the story, not to forget the pain of being practical, but to understand its role and reclaim your power to dream. The burden you carried was never yours alone to bear. It was a weight placed upon you by a world that didn't understand. And now, it's time to lay it down. You are not broken. You are human. You are complex. You are worthy of love, support, and gentle healing, exactly as you are. If this resonated with you, you're not alone. Sometimes the deepest wounds are the quietest. For a gentle guide to help you identify, understand, and begin to heal these hidden parts of yourself, explore the link in the description.